Hi guys, and welcome back to this journey towards excellent exam results. In these shorter revision videos, we are going to be breaking down different concepts within the GCSE geography specification. The aim of this is to help us understand the concepts better and to give us the information and confidence we need to answer exam questions. In today's video, we are going to be discussing what concordant and discordant coastlines are and the landforms that they create. Okay, let's get started. So how does geological structure and rock type influence coastal landforms? So geological structure here is referring to the way the layers of rock are laid out along the coastline, and then the rock type will be referring here to the types of rock, whether they are sedimentary, igneous, or metamorphic. And then within sedimentary rocks, we also have different types of rock, such as limestone, clay, and chalk. And we know that all of them have got variations in terms of how easily they are eroded. So that is going to affect the way the coastal landforms are going. Where different types of coastal landforms are going to be found along a coastline. So we have two different types of coasts, and the first one we are going to look at here is discordant coastlines. So at a discordant coastline, the rock layers, as you can see here, are laid out perpendicular to the coastline or to the sea. So if this is a sea here, this is a sea here, and you can see that the rocks are perpendicular to the sea or at a right angle. Now, when this happens and you have variations in the rock strata and the rock type, then that is likely to lead to different rates of erosion. So, for example, we have this middle layer here, which is clay and sands. Now, these ones here are quite unconsolidated. It's unconsolidated material, not as consolidated as the other two. So this one here is going to be softer and a lot easier to erode. And as you can see, that has eroded faster here to form a bay. And then the other rocks here, which is limestone up here, and then chalk, which are both harder, have been left as outcrops or sticking out to the sea, and they form what are called headlands. So you have Ballard Point here, which is a headland, and then you have Dalston Head here, which is also a headland. Now this obviously is in Swanage in the Dorset coastline. So you have, so I've explained that. So, and then you have concordant coastlines. Now, the way to remember these, actually, if you have discordant, it means that they are up, the way I would remember this is, say disadvantages. So disadvantage, discordant, disadvantage, discordant. So that means it goes against. So it's not flowing. This rock strata here is not flowing in line with the coast. Instead, it's perpendicular to the coast or at right angles. But then when you get to concordant coastlines, those ones are running parallel, as you can see here, to the coastline, because the sea is here and the rocks are running parallel over here, as you can see, and therefore these ones are in line with the coastline, hence the name concordant coastline. Again, here we have different geological structure. We have different types of rock here, and if the rock that you have on the outside here or nearest to the sea is fairly resistant, it will erode a lot slower, right? But it will still erode. Now, after it has eroded through the harder strata of rock, then it will get to the softer rock behind it, and that will be eroded a lot faster, as you can see is what has happened here. And then behind it, the next layer there is going to be a lot more resilient and a lot more resistant, and as a result, the erosion is going to slow down. And when it slows down, at the back here, you're going to have cliffs forming, but then here, where you had less consolidated material or softer rock, you will end up with a cove forming. And our example here obviously is Lalworth Cove, okay, here in the UK. That brings us to the end of this video on concordant and discordant coastlines. I hope that you have found the information insightful and useful. I have also put together videos on all the other subtopics within the UK Evolving Physical Landscapes unit. 2 of them will pop up as suggested videos at the end of this one, and the rest will be in the UK Evolving Physical Landscapes playlist. Thanks once again for joining in this journey towards excellent exam results. All the best and see you again soon. Bye-bye.